with the Zarelli family.
Oh, and
And she sent me to her doctor. And her doctor gave me some pills. He said, if you take these every 4 hours, tomorrow your blood pressure will be down. So I did that. And I went down to Philadelphia the next day, and the doctor says, my gosh, your blood pressure's down today. We'll let you in.
Ah.
Wow.
Now, why did you want to be in the Merchant Marines?
I was patriotic.
Patriotic, but I mean...
I was 4F in the Army.
Ah. So you went in, you took your physical, you went 4F.
Right.
And what did you get 4F for?
Okay.
Legs, I guess.
Too much drinking.
No, I think it was my legs.
All right. So your legs, what was... Oh, because one leg was longer than the other.
Yeah, we had 4 fractures.
Oh, okay.
Who was this Mrs. Zarilli?
The Zarelli was...
She owned a house on 286 Tyler Street,
In what
Trenton,
town?
New Jersey.
Okay.
Trenton, New Jersey.
So,
And she didn't mind drinking.
never drank there.
She didn't mind you staggering in the middle of the night belching.
So I got in the Army, went to basic training at Sheepshead Bay.
Okay.
At Sheepshead Bay, they had a famous former basketball coach by the name of Claire B.
Claire B. We know Claire.
Oh, you have to do
He was
this
the
round.
lieutenant commander in charge of recreation.
Oh, handy.
Uh-huh.
And he was also a member of Phi Sigma Nu.
Oh, no.
So I had to go over and get his autograph and spend the afternoon with him instead of doing work.
Ah, rough job.
And from the Merchant Marine, I was sent to where was it? To Huntington, Long Island, to Otto Kahn's mansion.
Otto Kahn Mansion. Who's Otto Kahn?
He was one of these rich guys. He had a mansion there, about 80 rooms. And they had the radio school there.
Oh. Where you learned to play the radio?
I couldn't, I was tone deaf.
Ah.
Couldn't take code.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but with Morse code, it's only one note.
Da-da-da, da-da-da, that was good.
Right.
I couldn't tell the difference.
Ah, between dot and dit.
Yeah.
Got it.
So I got kicked out of there after 8 weeks.
Yeah,
But
but
at
You sure that it's just when they took the test you were straight, not sloshed?
at radio school, I met cockroach.
Ah, okay.
And what they used to do to me was a dirty trick. They say I was snoring so loud, they pick up my bunk and take it out in the hall.
Does that sound familiar?
yeah.
So then they sent me back to Sheepshead Bay, and from there I was sent to Murmansk, Russia.
Murmansk. Is that where the mermaids are from?
No, it was too cold up there. And I was seasick every day from New York to Liverpool.
I knew you.
We spent 10 days in Liverpool.
Wait.
All I remember about Liverpool is I was
You
in the bar
tried.
drinking. I put a pound on the bar, turned to talk to my guy, a friend on the right. Little guy snuck up, grabbed my pound and ran.
Really?
What's a pound?
That's it's English money.
It was worth about $4 then.
That's not worth so much. Is the paper blocking him?
No,
No.
this was a tree.
Oh, okay.
All we're getting is black and white, and his face is all dark, and you just see the rims of his glasses.
Yeah, but it'll come out better.
You think so?
Yeah.
It's real hard to see it in black and white, I think.
Yeah, it's really hard in that thing. You could also turn this thing down.
Oh, much better.
Oh, but then that ruins Frosty's chance to do her tree. The look on her face capture that.
Well, she could move over there with the light.
With the kitty.
How's that? That'll work. This is okay.
I
All
hope
right.
so.
So here we were in Liverpool. Now, was this before or after the Beatles?
John, let me just tell you this right now.
Okay.
Is it John
Right now,
Stewart?
John?
Yes.
This appears to be one of those 60 Minutes interviews where they block out the person's face.
Well, that's what it looks like. But no, really, it will come out better.
Okay, go
It
ahead.
really looks pretty grim when you're shooting it, but it always comes out better than you think. Okay. So this is before the Beatles. Liverpool, what year is this?
Oh, this would be 43, 44 around there.
Okay. 43 and 44, so Paul McCartney is 2. All right, so this is before the Beatles. And what is happening in Liverpool? Liverpool's a grimy industrial town.
Yeah, we just stayed there to form our convoy for mermaids.
And what were you taking to Murmansk? Or are you not allowed to tell us?
Well,
It's
I
many
think
years
it's probably
ago.
public knowledge now. Our ship was loaded with food.
It's shocking.
Do you want me to stop the tape?
Wait,
We better go back.
strike that.
Censored.
No, it's my turn?
What
Uh-huh.
kind of food?
Well, I'll get to that later.
Okay.
Going up
See what it is? See what it
This was
is?
the
I
trip.
didn't get anything good.
after the German pocket battleship was sunk.
Okay. So this is when the seas were not a safe place to be.
Right, and the pocket battleship was supposed to be able to outshoot anything it couldn't outrun, and outrun anything it couldn't outshoot.
Hmm.
So we figured they'd be, well, we
Oh,
did.
wait. I'll put it here.
The high command figured that they'd be out to get the convoy.
Mm-hmm.
So we were given 2 corvettes for each merchant ship. Corvette was an English warship,
Uh-huh.
similar to our destroyer.
Okay.
And practically all the way from Liverpool to Murmansk, depth charges were going up day and night.
Woo.
We could feel them on their feet,
Uh-huh.
the vibrations. And
What were they shooting? Were they shooting at you or at the
no, those were
Corvette?
submarines. They were trying to get the submarines.
Oh, okay.
And we saw a few airplanes, German of course, above us.
Uh-huh.
We fired at them, but never got them.
Uh-huh.
And when we got in port, we were bombed once.
Ooh.
But when we were in port, the Russian soldiers, when they were given their leave, they went to unload merchant ships.
Oh.
And they broke open a bag of flour and eat handfuls of dry flour.
Oh. This was during the siege of Russia when Hitler was
Yeah.
coming up.
Right.
So in other words, you're bringing food to them was pretty hot stuff at that point.
But oddly enough, Russia and Japan were not at war. Next to us was a Japanese ship.
Oh.
Just put a port there.
Oh, I see. So yeah.
Yeah.
So did you take any pot shots at them? The Japs, or were you afraid they'd shoot at you?
I'm afraid they shoot at me.
Did you carry a weapon at this point?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I still don't.
Okay. That's not what Frosty says.
So I made some good deals. in it.
John.
I was
Michael, it's
trading
your turn.
lemonade for vodka.
Ah. Okay. Yeah, that's still the
That's
only
good.
hard currency they've got.
And there I got lost one night at shore, going to shore, and the Russians arrested me.
Oh.
I couldn't talk to them, they couldn't talk to me.
Oh, really?
But they had sharp bayonets, at least I thought they were sharp.
Ah. So how long were you detained?
One day.
What were the charges?
I don't know. I don't
Couldn't
speak
go.
Russian.
That's right. So they let you go after one day.
Yeah.
Did they harm you at all?
No, I scared the devil out of them.
Did they?
Uh,
What did these men do to you?
Hey, it's a 9.
That's
Well-
a nine.
Sorry.
Then I got back
Yes.
to
Pass.
the United
Oh.
States. I took a couple of trips
Pass.
to
Pass.
South America.
You have
Yes.
6s?
I stopped at
Oh.
Cuba,
Pass, pass, pass.
I don't have
pass,
any more
pass,
6s.
pass.
You stopped at Cuba.
Guantanamo Bay,
Guantanamo Bay.
part of Cuba,
But-
right?
I don't know.
No, one,
Come on,
two,
yours.
I have 5.
No. No, I
I
didn't
got
even
like
get
the
my
lowest I
geography
could
merit badge. In fact,
I've got
I wasn't a Boy Scout.
17.
I should have played this one instead of
Yeah,
the sixes.
yeah, really, look at that.
Someone
21.
told me that you had a citizenship badge in what? Some kind of civilization? You said the president could spend money?
Oh, I have. My badge is in personal hygiene. No, I don't know. We were talking about how the president can spend money on all this aid.
Yeah.
But he can't get a nickel through Congress.
I want to know how he can spend this money on aid rather than going through Congress.
No, that's part of the AIDS crisis.
No,
All right,
you don't
okay.
know anything about the
So
AIDS
you're in the
crisis.
Merchant Marines. You're in the Clink. What kind of a jail cell did they put you in?
Terrible, dark, dank, cold.
Did you have a personal toilet?
Still in use today?
No.
Yeah.
Going to Rider College, you were used to this already.
Why were you put in the clink?
I was out after midnight.
Looking for a bar.
Were you by yourself?
Is there any reason for Joe to have that gadget going?
Yes.
Yes.
Then after that, I took
chronically.
2 trips to South America,
South America where?
Venezuela.
Venezuela.
And in Venezuela, I was throwing my gopher ball,
Uh-huh.
still dropping.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This is before you had the Tommy John surgery, huh?
I took a couple trips.
Sorry, we
to,
cannot allow the cameras in here.
Wait, Mike.
Sorry.
What are you doing?
I took a couple trips to England on a
Seemed like
C2
David
boat.
Letterman.
A C2. What's a C2 boat?
A C2 boat is a boat that is twice as fast as the Liberty boats or tankers,
Uh-huh.
and the refrigerated ships carry food.
I see. So you were always on the ships that had the food.
Yeah, I went to Cherbourg, France.
Uh-huh. Did you get an umbrella?
No, but I went in a French foxhole. It must have been French. Could have been a German there, wasn't
Whatever it was,
it?
there was not an atheist in that foxhole.
While he was going all over the world, my father was taking me to the movies
Every week to see
5 nights a week.
the singing cowboy. Gino.
Gino just makes me want to vomit.
Then I came back and I had some money saved up, so I bought a restaurant.
Okay, what's the name of the restaurant?
White Towers, or White Tavern, White Tavern.
White Tavern. Oh, so you were onto the tavern side.
Yeah, that's right.
Flip a couple of burgers on the side when you got hungry. So how was the White Tavern?
It was hot,
What shape was it in when you bought it?
rectangular,
Is that from top to bottom, or was that a bird's eye view?
bird's eye view.
Okay. Where was the White Tavern?
Trenton, New Jersey.
Trenton, New Jersey.
What street? What street? What street? Don't remember the street.
Well,
It was near a lot of factories there.
was that your clientele, factory workers?
Yes. And when the war ended, in fact, a lot of factories closed. My clientele quit.
Ah,
Had to fire a lot of good workers.
well, that's too bad.
Yeah.
That's too bad. Now, was it making money when you bought it?
It was closed when I bought it,
Okay.
but they said it was a big money maker.
Uh-huh. And
Yes, it was.
it was. Made good money when you opened it up, till the factories closed.
Right.
So you were out on the sidewalks handing out leaflets saying the Japanese are not dead yet and Hitler still lives.
Now then I decided to go back to school.
Okay, so you went back to Rider College.
And I got a job at the factory at night.
Ah. At night, what were the hours of the job?
Oh, this was decent there. 4 to 12.
4 to 12. So you still had drinking time afterwards.
Not too much. I did the drinking on weekends.
Oh, okay. I was going to say we don't drink and work at the factory because drinking affects your ability to operate machinery. Now, was this was it a line job this time? 'Cause before you.
No, there were no lions in the factory.
Okay.
No tigers either.
Oh, oh my. No bears either, I guess. You had to go and drink your beers on the weekend. Anyway, so what kind of factory was this?
The first one was a factory that made plastic cups.
Plastic cups.
Yeah.
Was that really high tech at that time? Was plastic new?
More or less. They took a powder and put it in a machine. You put down the gadgets inside it and leave it there for 10 seconds. up comes a cup.
Wow. Is this the kind of thing you'd amaze your friends by telling them what happened inside the factory?
Yeah. I didn't get along with the union people there.
Ah.
They say you're making too many cups.
Oh.
Working too fast.
Yeah, making too
Oh,
fast.
wow.
Were you
How come you didn't tell me this before I did it?
Were you paid on piece?
No, but they said if I produced a certain number, I'd get a higher rate.
Ah. So they had an incentive in there,
Yeah.
and the union guys did not like this.
Right.
And you were non-union?
Well, first night there I did it. I
Oh.
wrote the quota.
Oh. So they didn't like that.
Yeah, I said, well, how come you didn't tell me before this? You should have come to us.
That's
I
right.
didn't know who you were.
We're in charge of lowering productivity.
That's right.
Then I went to work for General Electric.
General Electric.
Yeah. Making washing machines.
Where?
Trenton, New Jersey.
Trenton, New Jersey. Now, how many General Electric washing machines have you owned?
Not one.
But it didn't go long.
Okay. So, General Electric,
Yes,
making washing machines,
yes.
lousy washing machines.
I don't really know.
Did you? What part of the manufacturing process were you in?
I was in sanding the aprons.
Sanding the aprons. So, in
Yeah,
other words, you
pretty-
were working with other line workers.
Yeah.
The ladies wearing the aprons.
The apron being the part that goes around the machine, the
Okay.
metal piece.
All right.
And used to request gloves about every week.
Uh-huh.
There's one week I wanted a pair of new gloves. They wouldn't give them to me. They said, no, yours aren't bad. Wear them for another week.
This
That
is
night-
after the Merchant Marines, and you had your attitude at this point.
That night, this was a Tuesday night. On Monday night, one of the fellows there working on the machine got his hand cut off.
Oh.
And he had a safety piece on it. It's supposed to protect you from this.
Uh-huh.
As the thing went down, it's supposed to pull back. It didn't.
Right. Uh-huh.
Next night I get cut from here to here
Ooh.
by the washing machine apron. Slipped and fell. So I go to the hospital, I'm next to this guy.
We're thinking, we've got a safety record to talk about here.
He says, you don't have anything to worry about. You have a job here for the rest of your life.
You're thinking, well, gee, I've already given some skin here.
And I was in college at the time.
Uh-huh.
And so I was in the hospital for about a week.
Oh. And who was taking notes for you in class at this
I
point?
was out of school that time.
Okay, so this is between semesters.
No, I was out because I was injured.
Oh, okay.
And I was on the Phi Sigma Nu football team.
Oh, but you wouldn't miss practice.
We never practiced, we just played weekends. So I got out, I had a big bandage on here,
I take it the play calling was fairly straightforward and the plays were simple.
and
Get opened.
game is scheduled for 10 o'clock Sunday morning. 10 o'clock, there's just two of us there, Ed Reynolds and myself. So we're stalling for time.
Yeah. Is Ed Reynolds the guy who lost his hand?
No.
Oh, my goodness.
So Ed was way down the other end. The referee says, "Who's your captain?" I says, "Ed is." So I had to get Ed in. So we kicked off. And I kicked the ball way out of bounds. So they have to go get the ball. Well, that time that the rest of the team arrived.
So you'd stall for time, but you did get a 5-yard penalty.
Didn't get any penalty.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, so you've got a hacked up arm,
Yeah, and
a lousy paying job at GE. Was this union?
G was union, yes, I think.
But by this time you'd learned that you're not supposed to bust any productivity curves.
And well, they took me down, took me to the doctor, and the doctor took me to the hospital. Wasn't bad. I had a workers' compensation case.
Ah,
And this was the state of New Jersey. At that time, they figured an arm was worth X number of dollars.
right.
So I had 17.5% permanent disability of an arm.
It was worth, what, about $12 back then?
No, I got a check every week for a number of months. I believe it was $25, $26.
Did it inhibit your beer drinking?
No, I encouraged it.
Oh.
I get paid and drink at the same time.
Really?
Yes.
So how could it be a permanent disability if it didn't
Because
affect your
I'm
ability?
weak here.
Oh.
Let me show you how weak I am.
Well, give those checks back to the state of New Jersey. With interest, it comes to about $4 million.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
All right, so
What did you do?
anyway. All right, so you're working for General Electric,
Right.
and then did they keep paying you even after you quit the
Yeah,
job?
for a number of weeks. I forget how many it was.
Mhm.
17.5% times whatever it was.
Well, that's nice.
If that many dollars a week. And when that ran out, I went to work for Cole and Vanderbilt Supermarket.
Ah. What'd you do there?
Move everything. And this guy, Cole was incidentally a Rider College graduate and a member of Phi Sigma Nu.
Ah.
And we'd close at 6 o'clock during the week. And at 5 minutes of 6, he'd come up with a dozen jobs. So around 5 o'clock, I said, can we have the 6 o'clock jobs now?
He didn't like that, I'll bet. Okay, so what was the highlight of that job?
I guess it was, I don't know.
Lousy pay? Or was it good pay?
It was good pay.
Did he take special care of you because you were a Phi Sigma Nu?
No. It was pretty congenial working there. And from there I went to Liberty Mutual.
Okay. Liberty Mutual said, we're going to make you claims adjuster.
No. They'll make me a claims investigator.
Investigator?
Yes.
So, what was it about you that they thought would make a good claims investigator?
Well, Liberty Mutual had the largest training program in the United States.
Uh-huh.
Many people, after they were there a year, would go to another company to get more money.
Mm-hmm. So this was your scheme?
No, I was only there a few months and I got drafted into the Army, Korea.
This is terrible. So how did you get an age that you could be in both World War II and in Korea?
And I wasn't a veteran.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, but they fixed that, haven't they?
Yeah, they fixed it when there's no more benefits left.
We have to work on that.
Yeah. So in the Army, I had a real good time. I was at Fort Dix for basic training.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went to Camp Gordon, Georgia, in Augusta,
Uh-huh.
for military police school.
Military police school.
And down there, I finally ended up the real easy job,
What was that?
public information office.
Ah.
And we had 3 categories: public information, information education, and athletics, or
Uh-huh.
special services they call it.
Right.
So I had a captain in there.
Mm-hmm.
Meade Norman knew nothing about any of them.
Right.
So he let me do whatever I wanted to.
Oh, so he sat there and said, why do you care about what you're doing?
Yeah, and as one of the programs we did, I started a course
Mm-hmm.
in photography run by the photographers on campus there. And they sent the man from the 3rd Army in to investigate, see what we'd done.
Uh-huh.
Richardson, come in here.
Uh-oh.
What have you done?
So you got all
So I
these-
told him all this.
Uh-huh.
He got an excellent report. He says, I didn't know you were doing this. But the best thing that happened there was at Christmas time, they had a Christmas party for the poor children of the area.
Uh-huh.
They brought them all onto the base. fed him, gave him presents. But I was in this public information. So I took a camera. And we filmed it. I go around after my post because I was getting out 5 days later.
You do what?
He's taking pictures of people with no film in his camera.
Paying? And they have to pay?
Were they paying you for these?
Well, for an army you get so much a month anyway.
Oh, but I mean, in terms of you weren't selling the pictures.
No. Just doing it for the army, make the captain look good and posing, you know.
Oh, I see. So the captain would be sitting there doing all this great PR.
No.
There's no film in the camera. How did you keep a straight face?
I was afraid I'd get caught.
Watch it.
So I wondered where I got it. Now I know. All right.
So I went back to Liberty
Uh-huh.
and then stayed there for 7 years. And I went with Crum and Foster,
Mhm.
where I stayed for 17 years.
Uh-huh.
Then I went to the church insurance company.
Now, why would you leave Crum and Foster? 17 years. Company cars.
It's a long story. They appointed a fellow, my boss, who wasn't qualified.
Ah. This is an old story.
Yeah,
This is a classic story.
yeah.
Oh,
Can I interrupt for a moment?
Yes.
Why did you re-input the James ha-ha, hee-hee, ho-ho on the cabinet?
Because James came over the other day and was looking for it, and he didn't find it. When Peter sanded everything down, I had to put that there because we used to put cookie,
I was here during that
and
era.
as soon as we would leave the house, we would be in the car, James would immediately go over there, and we could see him with the car headlights, that he was reaching up for the cookies.
Were these those lemon cookies?
I don't know what they were, but what I did was,
It was that
the
crap
next
that old Jack would
opportunity-
get from ShopRite.
I moved the cookies. I moved the cookies so they weren't there anymore, and I wrote,
The mallow.
ha ha hee hee ho ho James. So the next time James
They were
went
as
to
fresh
reach,
as
they
those
weren't
20-year-old shopping carts they've got there. Oh yes, they were good and soft and doughy the day you got them home.
Do
Nasty.
you remember those ShopRite sandwich cookies?
I do.
Those are the ones, the lemon
pork
ones.
sandwich cookies too. My father used to make them.
The tradition goes on. It's the Wakefern tradition.
Whoa!
They were guaranteed to get kids to stop eating cookies.
I know. My father
That's right.
bought them too. He'd always ask for good cookies and we couldn't have them because there were always cookies at home.
That's right. Who needs Oreos? These are just as good. It's the same thing. They're all made at the same place.
Oh, we're leaving. We're retiring. Well, we would like to see the finished interview.
Well, wait a minute.
Downstairs and
That's your side.
so early.
Well, all right, your side. There's not much.
Okay.
Okay, what's your question?
So where were we? Were we in Metuchen? No. We were in Trenton, New Jersey. Liberty
Switched over
Mutual.
to
Oh, Crum and
church.
Foster. To church. Because that son of a... That's right. Well, that's happened to me. Would that be your worst boss?
One of them.
One of them. What would be the thing, if you had to characterize your worst boss, what would be the characteristics of your worst boss?
Incompetent.
Incompetent. So, a sunshiny personality, but incompetent still would drive you crazy.
Don't forget.
Yes, yes.
Probably a lot of these guys were making it on their sunshiny personalities.
I don't think so.
Kissing butt to the top.
No. No one was really making it.
Uh-huh. So they were just rotating people in and out?
Yeah.
So you got, how long had you had decent or acceptable bosses or good bosses?
About 15 years.
15 years.
I was 17.
And then 2 years with this jerk.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's tough. That's tough. So when did you know you were going to quit? What did this guy do?
I didn't get a raise.
You didn't get a raise. Well, that's obviously a sign that he didn't know what he was doing. Did he have some kind of lame explanation or anything?
No, we didn't speak.
We didn't. Woohoo! This is one of those modern management relationships,
Yeah.
huh? Wow. So you went to the church.
Yeah. Well, I had another job in between.
Oh,
I was claims manager for an agency.
let's see. So what year is this?
Probably 55.
No, you didn't go to church in 55.
No, that's why I left Liberty. Like
You left
72.
Liberty in
Yeah.
55. So
72, yeah.
all right, 72, right, I remember. So you had a job in between Liberty Mutual and Crum and Foster, or
No.
Crum and Foster and church?
From Fostering Church.
And what did you, and church was a pretty good job.
Yeah.
I remember you were pretty fired up about that.
I was claims manager for an insurance agency. I forget the name
Blood
of it.
inspection.
Short time. Then the church job came through.
Well, that's a good deal. So then you were dealing with the Episcopals.
Yes.
Are they more or less loaded than the Catholics?
They're low. They got a lot of money.
Yeah.
When did Tannenbaum come in?
Who?
You were Tannenbaum for who?
Tannenbaum Harbor. That's the name of the agency.
Okay. For how long?
Oh, maybe a month. Wasn't long at all.
And then you said, gee, Tannenbaum, this isn't what I thought it was going to be. See you in church.
Vad är det så?
I think it was from up there. All right, so then you went to church.
Yep.
And then how long did you work at church?
10 years.
10 years. Were they okay?
Yes. Did me very well.
Well, that's good. That's good. I remember visiting your office in New York at church when I was at the College of Insurance.
Did you ever go to a Christmas party?
No, but I think I went, I'm not sure whether it was church or Crum and Foster that I went to Mets games.
Probably Crum & Foster.
Blood inspection.
Put us on a big
Bus?
bus.
Yeah, Paul Dowsher did that.
Right, okay.
Paul Dowsher had a busload of adjusters he'd take to the game.
Well, that was a fun time, I remember that. Okay, so, worst boss, one of them was this jerk at Crum and Foster. Any others?
Kitchen, not this table, kitchen table.
Well, I had one bad one of
You
Liberty,
step there, you go,
Yeah.
you go downstairs.
but he got promoted.
There you go. There you go.
And I gotta go to bed.
All right. Well, thanks for the info. Who are all these birds in the family tree?
Well, Jack,
No, go over yours, you know yours.
What about the Timcos and the Tomcos?
here's where the Tomcos come in. The Tomcos,
The Gulf of Tomco resolution.
just remember that Aunt Ella had 9 children. And Aunt Ella was married to Steve Tomco. Therefore, Aunt Ella's children, all
Were they all?
Tomcos.
And Steve Tomco had 9 children.
Yes, Steve was not a very productive worker, however. He'd get town jobs now and then, and they lived really in poverty. But my mother was one of 9 children.
Really? Your mother was a Tomco?
My mother was Mary Elizabeth Keller, daughter of Joseph Keller.
So now I know 3 families that have had 9 kids. The Tomcos, the Kellers, and the Richardsons.
That's right. So evidently the 9 kids bit is on my mother's side of the family.
Wow.
And my father,
Did you know you were getting into this 9-kid business? When did she let you know this? How long had you been married?
we thought before we were married, we talked about having kids, and I said, I want at least 5 kids, so if you want to run, run now.
Oh,
And he said, I'm not running.
he thought this was a joke.
I have bad legs.
Well, he
But
couldn't run. That's
My
right.
father was one of 6 children.
Uh-huh.
2 of the girls were deceased in the old country.
Mm-hmm.
And Uncle Joe was born in this country. But Uncle V and Albert and my father, they came over here. I guess my father was 12, maybe 14. And the way the Grzillos come in, the Grzillos are actually cousins. My father's father, my grandfather, was John Rocketich and Roketic, they actually called it. And I think my grandmother's name was Antonetta Grzillo. She was, her sister's child was Rudy Grzillo, and Rudy married Mitzi.
Ah.
And they proceeded to have Rudy Jr. and Barbara Ann.
So where does Maritza come in here?
Oh, Maritza.
Maritza.
Maritza must be the...
Must be.
My father's cousin. So Maritza's mother was a sister to my father's mother.
Looks like this bird ain't on the tree.
I forgot Maritza. But see, Maritza is a cousin, like second cousin or something.
Or something.
My father. So she's quite removed from me.
Who does she owe money to?
Who's this?
Who does she owe money to?
Maritza doesn't really owe money. She's had a lot of trouble, though.
She begs for money.
Okay. I was wondering if it's a distant relative whose name comes up in conversation. Figured she must owe
We tried
somebody
to send
money.
her money, but right now we've heard that in Yugoslavia, the postal employees will tear open your mail and take any money you check.
Especially if it's coming from America.
Yes. But
So
it's
she's
alert.
in Yugoslavia?
She's in Yugoslavia.
Or what used to be Yugoslavia.
And so is
far as
Johnny
we know.
Brazillo there now.
Johnny Grzillo is there?
Yes, he is.
Why?
I think he felt once he was due to retire that on his Social Security money he could live better in Yugoslavia. And also maybe out of the kindness of his heart he knew he could help some of his relatives.
Huh. Wow.
Just by taking
Yeah.
turns living with certain relatives.
Not only that, he was a Yankee fan, and the Yankees weren't doing well. So he said there's no use waiting around here for them.
He's going to leave the country in shame, as a Yankee fan should.
Now, who else are you interested on this family tree?
Okay, did we get to the Timcos yet?
The Timcos. Just remember, the Timcos are not really related to us.
No.
What? Now
Really?
you're telling
The
me.
Tomcos are not
The truth comes out.
You see, Father Grabrian had his favorite families, and one of his favorite families was a boy. It was named John Timko, who was a hero football player at Carteret High School. And John married Mary, and they couldn't have kids. And years went by and years went by. And in their later years, they were able to have a little boy. I don't know whether it's natural child or adopted. But what Father Grabrian used to do, he'd visit the Timcos and take all this kid's used toys, the kid didn't want anymore, load them in the trunk of his car, and then he'd come here. We
Oh,
used to have Christmas in July
with Timco
based
toys.
on the Timco's toys.
Wow.
We had Tonka toys, we had Timco toys.
How about that?
They were in good condition.
And now, okay, so we know about the Timcos
Okay.
and their gruesome relationship with
Now
us.
you know about Uncle P. Squish?
Well, tell us about
Uncle
P.
P.
Who's
Squish.
Pishkush?
These one Ray and I wanted to see at
And
Kalmar's Lake.
Kalmar's Way. Uncle P. Squish, it's not really P. Squish, that means dirty. He was Pishta. Pishta means stink.
What's the difference?
in Hungarian.
Uh-huh.
And he was my mother's brother. And
P. Squish was your mother's
P. Squish
brother?
was my mother's brother. My mother had
So he was Uncle
brothers
P.
named,
Squish.
her brothers were Joseph, Stephen, John, and Bill.
Was she Hungarian?
Who?
Your mother?
Of course, my mother was Hungarian. There might have been a little German in there with they were named Keller.
Keller. Yeah, that's like
But my mother
Seller.
was Hungarian. and my father, Yugoslavian.
So
Okay.
you had Uncle Piskush.
Uncle Piskush was Hungarian. And I had forgotten that the name of the place where they lived was Strawberry Hill.
Strawberry Hill.
Not Blueberry Hill.
You found your freedom on Strawberry Hill. All right, so Uncle Piskush is who they were looking for.
Yeah, we just kept looking at it and looking. Now, someone tells me we went up to a bar looking for it.
Somehow our family escaped all of the wars because they were either too young or too old. Johnny Grzillo got his citizenship by serving in the United States Army. And he came home in good condition. The only casualty of any war is Uncle V's son Bobby, who was a pilot in the Korean War. And he didn't even die on one of the fighter flights. He was just having a routine flight where he was a passenger when the plane went down.
Huh.
So we really have not been victimized by war in this family.
We seem to have...
But right now, Maritza here doesn't know if there'll be food for the next 2 weeks.
Wow.
Now, who else can I tell you about? You know that Uncle V had a baby that died. It was a miscarriage. So they would have had 3 kids if that baby had lived.
I guess you covered yours.
So your mother was one of 9 kids. What position in the family was she?
Probably a middle child.
Who was crazier, your father or your mother?
My father.
By far?
Oh, yes.
What's the craziest thing he ever did?
He thought he was an electrician. And we had a beautiful mahogany table that was in the living room. And he thought he was going to make the perfect lamp installation by gouging the inside of the table, gouging out a piece of wood, and putting the socket in the wood, and then taking the lamp and putting a socket under the lamp. So you simply pick up the lamp and place it down. That meant that if you had a doily or a table, you had to cut a hole in that. And then he had a wire coming down, then you had to cut a hole in the middle of the table at the bottom. And then this hole, I don't know where the wire went after that. But that was probably the worst botch-up electrical job in the history of the world.
How old were you when he did this? How old were you when he did this?
When he did this? Well, he was only 20 when he married my mother, so... And if I remember this, he must have been 27.
How did you counsel him? You were 7 years old, right? 6, 7 years old? When he did this, how old was he? How old were you when he did this?
I must have been about 7 years old, but I didn't think anything was wrong. I thought my father was a genius electrician.
So how did you know it was a problem?
When I got older, people used to laugh.
Ah.
People used to laugh about that table.
That isn't his worst job.
What was his worst
His
job?
worst job was installing our electric for the dryer.
Yeah, he totally ignored the circuit breakers, and they kept blowing. They didn't pop or something, and we kept blowing out electrical filaments.
Well,
But I think worse than that was the fact, though, my father worked in a factory and didn't know. The guy who kept making the money was a Knight of Columbus, who kept, it was $22 every time. That was big money then. And the guy kept replaying it. Never, why didn't it dawn on him? You know, it was, you can criticize Jerry, but it was son Jerry who discovered that it was a circuit breaker problem.
How about that? So this is modern history.
Get on mine.
Okay, Jack is the son of Teresa Shalasky and Clarence Richardson.
What kind of nationality is Shalasky?
Polish.
Polish. So we've got Hungarian,
Yugoslavian, Polish. Might be a little German, but not.
and Clarence.
Peasant.
Right.
Peasants, square hands, square feet.
Okay.
We have no background on Clarence Richardson. He was adopted.
Okay.
But Teresa was the daughter of John, and I don't know, what's Muda's name? Muda.
Muda.
They call their grandmother Muda. Imagine that's Mary. What do you think? I don't know.
I think it was Madeline.
Madeline. Oh, that's a good Muda.
Is that a Shalaski?
And
Yeah, I don't know what her maiden name was.
Jack's mother, Teresa, had Aggie for a sister,
Uh-huh.
Helen, Gus, and Ignatz.
Uncle Goose and Uncle Ignatz.
Yes. And Aggie had a child named Edward who died after he fell out of a tree.
Ooh.
And then Howard was her other son. Jack's mother, I guess Clarence died. Then she married, what do you call King?
Chicken-Alla?
Stan Faulkner.
Okay.
Then they called him King. Well, I don't know why. Do you? He was a big Navy man, though. And I think he was a good influence on Jack.
Who was Bonnie?
Bonnie was King's second wife because Teresa died. Teresa died, I think, same year my mother did, 48, right? In 1948, we both lost our mothers.
Huh. But you didn't know each other then?
The what?
You didn't know each other then?
48.
Oh,
Yes,
sure,
we did.
44.
You did?
40.
Yeah,
Okay.
because
This was your...
we met in college in 48. Didn't we?
No.
45. 45.
Okay. All right. So you did know each other at this
Yes.
point.
Yes.
Whoops.
Uh,
Cat attack.
my mother and Clarence were divorced.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Sure you did.
Well, I didn't know when he died.
He died when I was in the 7th grade.
Who had custody of you?
I was kicked around. I guess I lived in... This was my mother at Kingman. I found out about his death by reading about it in the newspaper.
Oh, that's horrible.
That is horrible.
A fellow by the name of Ives, a shop teacher at Hamilton High School, called me up and asked me if this was my father.
Huh. Well, that's tough. What did Clarence do?
But you didn't really know him, did you?
No, I saw him maybe 3 times.
Really?
He was a steel worker.
Uh-huh.
You know, we had a diary that he wrote during World War I when he was a soldier.
Huh.
I think I gave it to Larry because Larry is a student of history.
Mm-hmm.
Now don't go off my leg again.
So you were you raised by Aggie?
Baggy, my grandfather.
Uh-huh.
His
Buddha.
grandfather was a churchgoer,
Uh-huh.
daily mass, and he also